Hi everyone, I hope you're doing great. Today I decided to make a video to express my opinion about my favorite Sailor Moon seasons. So I'm gonna start with my least favorite to my favorite. Let's begin. Number 5, Sailor Moon Super S. The reason why this season is this season has to be the most mediocre season I ever saw in Sailor Moon, mainly because the story is watered down compared to its manga counterpart, and a lot of characters were left out. For example, Mamoru was supposed to have his time to shine, but he was overshadowed by Chibiusa. I feel like Chibiusa was very present in Sailor Moon Super S, so it bothered me, especially since I don't like this character. But however, I like her in the manga. So it's I don't know. It's a double-edged sword. I don't like her. Second of all, overall this season was pretty boring. It was boring and long, and I didn't like when the Amazon Carcat got the same treatment as the Spectre sisters. So yeah, I was really disappointed. I like the ending better in the manga because it was a lot more intense, and also the villainess didn't scare me much. She wasn't that threatening like in the manga. So yes, this is why I am upset with this season. Helenia didn't really. She was, I don't know, she was underdeveloped. I think, and the fact that she was underdeveloped that to the point that in the Saloon Stars, she finally got a decent ending. So yes, that's why I don't like her. I liked her better in the manga because at least she has a motivation. She explained the reasons why she wanted the golden crystal. So yes, that's why I don't like this season. It's my least favorite, and it was boring. And Chibiusa took spotlight of her dad, who was supposed to have his time to shine. I mean, he was supposed to, play a major role in this season, and I don't understand why they took it from him. I mean, it wasn't fair. The golden crystal belongs to him. He was supposed to use it, but instead we have Sailor Moon and say Chibi Moon use it again. So it was very imbalanced. And again, because the author senshis were not here, they were supposed to appear in the fourth season, but they didn't until like Sailor Stars. Like they were very ignored. I don't understand why they did this, but yeah, that's why I don't like this season. Okay, so I'm not sure about the fourth position, but it's the first season of Sailor Moon, and I'm gonna explain why. Mainly because there's a lot of, I mean, there isn't really a big problem in this season, but it was also long, and it got a little bit boring by the end because I don't know, the fight between Kunzite and the Sailor Scout is, I don't know, it killed the hype for the season. Like the when we it took a lot of time to come to the final battle, and I thought it was I don't know, disappointing. I don't understand why they put filler episodes before the before going straight into the climax. I thought it wasn't a good move. Also, why I did enjoy this the first season, it wasn't really my cup of tea. However, I liked the ending. I liked the climax. I thought it was emotional, but still it wasn't really my cup of tea. So because there were some characters that weren't present. So yes, that's why. Okay, so let's move to the number three. Number three is Sailor Moon R. Sailor Moon R was to me a pretty decent season. It was great. I mean, decent, but also not bad either. What made me like this season? Well, the villains were amazing to me. I really liked them, especially the Spectre sisters. I like the Spectre sisters because they give them, plenty of room to develop at least. I really liked, Prince Demand, and I liked the plot. The only character I didn't like of this season is Chibiusa, of course, because she was annoying and she didn't trust Sailor Moon. My favorite character from this season is obviously Sailor Pluto, and Prince and King Endymion. Um, and that's it. I really love this season a lot because the fights were getting intense and interesting, and there were a lot, suspense in this season. I believe there was some suspense and there were some drama going on. I actually love this season because of the plot, like I said before. So let's move to the second position. Let's move to my second favorite season. My second favorite season is Infinity Arc, Sailor Moon S, what we call Sailor Moon S. I love both Sailor Moon S and Infinity Arc for their amazing, amazing story and amazing villains like Dr. Tomo. He is like the best villain. I mean, the second best villain after the villain that I'm going to mention after the second position. The reason why I love this season, I love it for so many reasons. The art side is so amazing because Ikuko Ito is, doing an amazing job. Her art style is just amazing, it's very good, it goes well with the Sailor Moon. The art style is great. The Some of the characters are amazing. The characters that made an appearance is Hotaru. I mean Sailor Saturn. All you want. Hotaru is my favorite character from this season because I could relate to her a bit because when I was her age, 13, 12, I was a bit, awkward and I wasn't really very social, so I could relate to Hotaru on a spiritual level. Also, the author said she's, Sailor Uranus and Neptune. They're fine, but sometimes I find them to be jerks because they can't, help the Sailor Guardians from time to time. So this upsets me. I also like the symbolism shown in this season, like the Messiah and the whole stuff that the rainbow that appears after the storm, the ray of hope. It shows that even after so many hardships, It shows that there's still hope at the end of the day, like what happened with Haru. She died but then came back. Selma gave her a chance to live, and yes, there's lots of great lessons to teach and a lot of symbolism. This season has to have the most intense, battle. The climax of this season was just insane. Yes, it really exceeded my expectations. It was, just like the manga, except it was darker. Yes, so that's why I love this season so much. So the first position goes to, you guessed it, it's Sailor Moon Stars. I'm gonna explain to you why it's my favorite. Okay, first of all, it's the story, like I said. The story, I think it was great. And second of all, it's the character development. The main character developed a lot. She became, much more mature, and she can take responsibilities of her actions. Someone really grew up, in a span of 2 years. She became, a responsible person. She became mature and able to be an amazing leader. She was a great leader in this season. She really surprised me. And some characters like Stella Mercury, she developed a lot. She really developed. And my favorite thing about this season is that Chibiusa isn't there, so I'm happy. Chibiusa is not here, but Chibi Chibi came to replace her, so I prefer Chibi Chibi. She is nicer. Ray Sailor Mars. She also developed and her relationship with Sailor Moon became better. I mean, they don't bicker anymore. I mean, they bicker sometimes, but not always. So yes, and the main villain, yes, the main villain of the fifth season is Galaxia. Galaxia is I don't know, something about Galaxia that makes me scared. It's maybe the way she treats her minions, the way she treats them. It scares me. Even though in appearance she doesn't seem scary, the way she treats innocent people's life like nothing, like she just takes their star seeds away from them, but with no remorse. So that's what makes her, terrifying compared to other villains from the previous seasons. I mean, she really terrified me, and she was one of my favorite villains. So yes, that's why I like this season. And also the Starlights. The Starlights, I like them. I think they got better development compared to Sailor Neptune, Sailor Uranus. I think they got better development than them throughout the season. They've struggled together to find their princess, and I think that's really pretty admirable. My favorite character from the tree, I mean the Starlights, is of course Sailor Starfighter, and then comes Sailor Star the Healer. And well, Maker is not my favorite, but these two are my favorites. Seiya is my favorite character. He's hot-headed and he's confident in himself. So that's why he is my favorite character from this season. So yes, and also the final battle of this season is I don't know. It's amazing, you know. It's about Sailor Moon exploring her. It's about her exploring herself. You know, to know what she wants to be, and the way she saved Galaxia, it was a very peaceful manner. So yes, that's why I love this season. Also, what I love the most about this season is of course the opening. Makenai. I love this opening a lot, maybe better than Moonlight Desetsu. So yes, that's why I love this season so much, and it still remains my favorite. Even in the manga, it's still my favorite. But I still prefer it in the anime. Let's hope that Sailor Moon Crystal continues so we can see the Sailor Cosmo. I love Sailor Cosmo, so it was a bummer that she didn't make an appearance in say the the 90s anime. So yeah, I'm really excited to see it. So this is it, guys. Comment down below and tell me what's your favorite season of the 90s anime. And yes, see you next for a new video. Goodbye.